are two types of encryption algorithms can be used, like symmetric algorithms, symmetric encryption algorithms, or asymmetric encryption algorithms. Now the major difference between these two is when the sender and the receiver will be using the same key for encryption and the decryptions. Like the sender is, let's say the sender is going to convert the clear text into unreadable format by using some key, let's say key 1. And probably when the receiver receives that encrypted text, he is going to use the same key to decrypt the information. So the same key is used by both the sender and the receivers, which means these two will have a common key and the same key is used for both. So this kind of algorithms we call as symmetric encryption algorithms, and they are a little bit easy to perform on the hardware, whether it is on the router or any device on both the sender and receivers. Typically the length will be in between 56-bit to 512 bits. But whereas asymmetric algorithm means different keys are used for encryption and decryptions. So which means the sender, when he's sending a text or converting into a ciphertext, let's say uses some key like the public key. Public key is used for encrypting, and the recipient, when he receives the ciphertext, he is going to convert back into a clear text using some kind of private keys. So there is a specific key pair, which is like a unique key pair used. Probably two different keys are used, private and public keys. So I'll just explain you the process, how exactly it goes. So the asymmetric algorithm is a method where different keys are used for encryption and decryptions, more complex to perform, specifically on the hardware because it utilizes more CPU resources. Typically the bit length will be very high. So let's see how exactly the encryption algorithm works, the basic process. Let's say the sender is sending some information, communicating with a recipient. The sender is going to convert his plain text into a ciphertext by using some keys. Like I said, he'll be using some public keys. Now this public key is actually the public key of the recipient. So initially the process is like the recipient is going to exchange his public key with a sender, and probably whenever the sender is sending the information to this recipient, he's going to send back or encrypt the data by using a public key which is known by the sender. So just like the sender will use a recipient public key, this is the recipient public key, and send the ciphertext. And once the receiver or the recipient receives, he is going to use a unique combination of this public key, the private key, which is not shared and it is known only to the recipient, and he's going to use this private key, which is a unique combination, to convert the text back into the plain text. So it's something like only the owner of the key can only decrypt the data, and the owner only will have the private key, and to everyone who is actually trying to send the information to this owner, he's going to share his public key. So that's how the algorithm works. Like the combination of the private and the public key is actually unique, vice versa. There is nothing like two private keys matches the same public key. So there's nothing like that. Now there are some examples here, like some of the commonly used symmetric algorithms which uses the same keys like DES, triple DES and AES. And some of the less commonly used are like Seal, IDEA, Blowfish and Serpent. And the symmetric algorithms are more commonly we use in most of the VPN concepts, where we try to implement some virtual private networks with IPsec protocols, and also can be used for securing the folders, hard drives or the application containers. So asymmetric algorithms are more commonly like advanced algorithms. Like the use cases, they can also be used in the key establishment, IPsec, SSL VPNs, and generally used in digital signatures. We'll talk about this public key infrastructure in the later on sections. And these are the names of the commonly used algorithms. And the sizes will vary again, depends upon the algorithms.